Hitler confiscated the guns of the German people and immediately set in ordering the murder of millions of Jews and non-military people. What could non-military people in Germany have been able to do to prevent Hitler without guns? What kind of resistance could be developed to stop him? When the German people were smelling the burning corpses from the death camps, what could they do to prevent the carnage when they had no ability to bear arms? How would you stop Hitler? With his own private police forces, the SS and Gestapo. These police and military powers had the authority to kill people on the spot. Taking away guns has been a dire measure throughout history and never worked out well for anyone except the despots. Anyone seeking to overthrow a country knows it. Now the American government is trying to tear away at the Second Amendment to the Constitution and our right to bear arms by milking the terrible gun violence events of the past few months. There is no question the Sandy Hook murders are horrible. Over 20 children killed by a madman. The psycho murderer at Sandy Hook didn't own a gun. He went to his mother's house, killed his own mother. He took guns that belonged to his mother and went to the Sandy Hook school and killed those people. There was no one at that school with a gun to fight back against the murderer or take an effective offensive action against him to prevent the carnage. The Sandy Hook murderer killed his own mother. Think on that. Shooting her in the face 4 times. He then went on his murderous rampage. What kind of background check or gun registration could have stopped this? This is craziness beyond comprehension. This killer was deranged beyond explanation. The Aurora, Colorado murderer had his apartment house booby-trapped with over 30 grenades. It is fortunate he didn't stand in the back of that movie theater and just toss grenades. He would have killed and maimed many more people. You talk about carnage. Now that would have been a bloodbath beyond imagination. Oh, how and where do you lawfully buy grenades? It is so stupid and illogical, the arguments put forth by radicals and extremists empowered by our government. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Time after time, radical factions in our government have continued to use crisis events involving guns as an excuse to attack our Second Amendment rights, to take away our guns. Taking away or inhibiting gun ownership is an abject, ignorant approach to solving gun crimes. Yet you must understand, the gun violence is not the reason for the attack on our constitutional rights. Read the amendment and you will understand why these people want to do away with this very powerful amendment. The Second Amendment says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I want to repeat this marvelous amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The Second Amendment is the most important amendment to the Constitution because it is the empowering amendment. The Second Amendment gives the American people the right to bear arms and have well-regulated militia necessary to the security of a free state. There is no way the Second Amendment can be denied or overturned. It is the keystone amendment to the Constitution. There is no way Americans will give it up. The Constitution would be a worthless piece of paper without the empowerment of the Second Amendment for Americans to resist government tyranny. Yes, and America has experienced government tyranny and challenges to the security of America, of our free state, many times. The security of our America, free state, and Constitution are under attack right now. Killing American citizens from drones without due process is a major violation of the Constitution. Should it make any difference whether an American citizen is killed in a foreign country or inside America by our own government without due process? Obama has already issued 23 executive orders to negate our Second Amendment rights. This is government tyranny. The radicals, extremists, and other special interest groups have made many attempts over the past 50 years to take guns and nullify the Second Amendment. The National Rifle Association and Americans have beat them back every time. Involved Americans know the Second Amendment is the most critical to preservation of our Constitution. Every time our government attempts gun controls, the American people mobilize to defeat such attempts because they know the only viable reason government wants to remove or nullify Second Amendment is because that government is embracing tyranny. Guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens are not a problem and never have been. Guns in the wrong hands is the problem and always has been. If more people had concealed carry permits, there would be few events like Aurora and Sandy Hook. It is a fact. The best way to prevent these events is to have trained armed security guards on the premises. That is the way our government officials and congressional representatives are protected in the United States Capitol and other government buildings all over the country. Maybe we should try that first. After all, it works for Congress. We have armed guards in malls, train stations, airports, and all manner of public places. The freaks and mass murderers don't go to protected places. They are cowards and seek no resistance. After all, they might get killed if they do that.